Christopher Nolan has one of the best filmographies you will find in Hollywood. Each film the man releases comes with a significant amount of hype that manages to impress large audiences. This is the man that brought us Christian Bale's Batman films, Inception, Interstellar, Dunkirk, and Memento, just to name a few. His resume precedes himself. However, as time goes on and Nolan creates bigger films, it's easy to overlook one of his best, such as today's Lost and Found highlight, The Prestige. The Prestige was released in 2006. During the Christian Bale era of Batman films, Nolan was doing a film between each Batman film release. The Prestige was wedged between Batman Begins and The Dark Knight, so it's easy to perhaps see why this film was forgotten among audiences.
Look at the man.
This is the trick. This is the performance. Right here. This is why no one can detect his method. Total devotion to his art. Utter self-sacrifice. You know? It's the only way to escape all this. You know?
The Prestige stars Hugh Jackman as magician Robert Angier. Angier is tormented after the loss of his wife during an infamous magician act. This torment leads him to blame rival magician Alfred Borden, played by Christian Bale. The two square off against one another until Borden gets the upper hand. He creates the greatest illusion, the transported man. Angier eventually falls down the slippery slope of obsession, falling into a game of cat and mouse with Bale's Borden. It builds up into one of Christopher Nolan's crescendo third acts that is remedied with a gut punch that makes you say, "Oh, they just did that." Relatively speaking, it's easy to see why The Prestige was lost among Nolan's impressive catalog. It isn't a multi-dimensional space film like Interstellar, it isn't a dynamic, multi-layered dream sequence like Inception, and it isn't a genre-defining superhero crime noir film like The Dark Knight. It's a more deeply told character story on a budget a quarter the size of those previously mentioned. Per Nolan's usual motive, the film is told out of chronological order, with various time periods overlapping. Normally, this is tough to do, but it's done at the service of plot and character development. Upon rewatching, The Prestige is reminiscent, distant reminder of one of my favorite films of all time, Vertigo. The 1958 Alfred Hitchcock film didn't use magicians, but still studied the psychological obsessions of a man. Obsessions can eventually tear down everything a man stands for, which is the case for both Angier and Vertigo's Scotty Ferguson, played by Jimmy Stewart. Angier, like Hitchcock's classic character, is blinded heavily by his obsession to better Bale's Borden, so blinded that he even ignores his own successes and his new love. Nolan, with the help of his brother Jonathan, allow Angier's obsessions to snowball so that we as an audience can follow and eventually understand how he gets to this point. The Prestige is another strong technical film from Nolan. The film's cinematography is top-notch, with the film being nominated with seasoned Nolan partner Wally Feister receiving the credit. Perhaps even more outstanding is this cast. Hugh Jackman, Christian Bale, Michael Caine, Scarlett Johansson, Rebecca Hall, Andy Serkis, Piper Perabo, and David Bowie. This movie's cast is so big you literally get 3 superheroes, Gollum, and a literal musical icon. The 2 standout performances belong to Christian Bale and Hugh Jackman, the guts of this shown in the 2's final scene together. Finally, seeing both characters' hands revealed and playing off is beautiful poetry.
It was the look on their faces.
The Prestige's ingenuity shines in so many technical aspects, including the previously mentioned acting, but Nolan still manages to wield a story that reminds the audience who is in command. On a first watch, it's easy to get lost in this beautiful recreated 1900s. Great set pieces, beautifully done costumes, and an alluring look at behind the scenes of magicians. However, upon rewatch, you can immediately see where Nolan is dancing around the film's immensely overwhelming third act. Christian Bale's character Borden says this line multiple times, including this clip in which he's almost looking directly into the camera, essentially us the audience. Nolan is banking on the fact that you are emotionally invested in this world, so much so that you will easily ignore what is right in front of you. It's confident filmmaking backed by an incredible technical aspects and an impressive ensemble cast. The Prestige is a fantastically made film by one of today's most competent directors. Rest assured, you'll be laser focused on this incredible, underappreciated classic. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoy the content, please subscribe and give this video a like. If you have any suggestions for future episodes, leave a comment down below.